less than a minute to go, race 1A fleet. This is a Lowell North Series race. The current should be going from our left to right. I'm looking at this buoy and I'm really trying to study it here. Really trying to study it. See, can we see any water movement? It does look like the current's coming in slightly, so it should be holding these boats back. So I do think the current's still coming in. It's gonna be changing very soon. Ronan should start accelerating and getting flow. Accelerate, get flow. This is gonna be a general recall. Oh, big waves right into the line. Good, he did that really well. Then you look back for the general recall flag. You never go back till you see the blue and yellow. I know the A fleeters know that, but B and C1s and C2, C3s, you do not go back till you see that flag. So the clouds have burned off over us pretty much. Straight over us is pretty much no clouds. Around us is still clouds, so it's still going to be shifty, but when you get a lot of clouds, they dramatically impact the intensity, the distance of shifts, and how quickly they shift. The boat has to be favored. They got the I flag in effect. This is race 1 for the Luffin. Again, you have to get out early, and I feel like I'm going to go dead and neutral. I still feel like the current is still coming in, and that makes starting easier. Later, the current's going to be going straight up the course. It's complicated. We're here on what's called the shoal, so the water swirls around you, but current's going left to right now, and later on it's going to be pumping out of there right to left, and it's going to be pumping out of there towards the ocean. It's going to be pumping out that way. So this start's going to happen. There's not much current, so they're just holding up. This is the 8th. Definitely boat in favored. Looking at 103.88 going downwind down the line there. But he's fine. The shoal doesn't matter where you start as long as you're near the line. And you got to remember that sound signal took a second to get to us. So we were probably almost a second or maybe 1 second behind what you heard. This is the biggest puff of the day. So this is just epic. Nice job. This is where you get good. Boats are very difficult to make go fast with that little leadboard on the side. You got to get your sail controls perfect. His outhaul's a little loose for his. He has a T6 sail, so he's got one of the fuller sails also. He's the best. He's a really good hiker. He's lifted. He shouldn't even be looking back there. Here we go. Hello, hello. Kids standing up in their boats at 1:30, 1 minute, and looking what's happening. Right now, there's a hole right here, and the A fleet is in a puff that looks like a small lefty. Looking at the yellow boat. Okay, so that's what you're looking at. Now you focus it right on holding position. The boat end is not quite as favored. Maybe it is. 9131 looks more headed than some people did going in the last one. 9504 is going to be over. This is just a P flag. P flag means if you're over, you could, oh, look at that. You should start getting flow now. Flow, flow, then rock once. Good. We talked to Lorelei about starting 1/3 of the way away from the favored end. And I think the pin end is slightly favored right now. We saw that lefty on the A fleet, so right now the phase of the wind. The good thing about the shoal, it's more like a real East Coast high school or college regatta, or a San Francisco Bay regatta from a standpoint of their current affects a lot of what's happening or what's going on here. Cool. C1's coming up next. Biggest puff of the day. Okay, so we have some A fleeters on starboard, some on port, so that means the wind's probably coming straight down the bay. I think it's a left, man, there we go. There we go. That's the shoal for you. It's challenging. Getting in phase with the wind shifts is hard, and this is good experience learning how to do it. C1 fleet. P flag is up, so being over early right now is not a problem. Brendan 101.45, Hudson 89.46. Hudson should just do the full-on close reach, accelerate, and sail around everybody. Oh, look at Vesper coming around the gate, so it's a righty right now. That's why the C1s can't stay back. The current's probably gone neutral. These kids aren't really smart enough to account for current, so and how to stop the boat when the committee boat ends favored. Look at them, they're all running down the line. Oh, they're gonna have a general recall in C1. Yeah, watch Ronan, he's gonna come around in a big lift. Yeah, huge lift, and so that one over there is way further upwind, but that's okay. He's getting out of the fray. Huge here. Watch this guy hike, dude. Oh yeah, bang on. Look at that. You gotta have the bang on to keep the boom level now a little bit more. You can't have the boom rising straight up because you ease the main sheet 1 inch and the leech goes out 6. There's Celeste just came around really good. I think the current's changed. Massive light spot. A little leeward heel. Look at the flags. The flags are showing, they're starting to whip again, but they were actually drooping quite a bit. These guys just all did a good, I think I would end up being last. I bet you I'd be over here. So the first beat, the right paid, this beat, the left is paying, and all these kids had the confidence to sail on starboard. Look at this left, oh my goodness. So, although it seems hard, this is the struggle of these races is what's going to make you good, because you really got to pay attention. It looks like Fenton's taking the lead in the A fleet. B fleet race 1. The A's and the C1s are duking it out up there. That was kind of unfortunate. But man, the C1 sailed quite good. The C1 is quite deep now. I mean, if you're a C1 and you're racing in the middle of that A fleet and you stayed with that pack, then you're doing quite well, because that was rough, all the bad air and all that. The race committee boat has started to swing, so the water over here is going up the course. I don't know what it's doing over there. It's pretty good wind right now, about 8 knots. The flags are showing slight left phase. So they're blowing off to the right side of the committee boat. But the wind where we are is a little different. It's just shifting right now as we go. Pin ends favored. Current is going out, so it's going from left to right. Theo's now breaking the 1 minute rule. Bad video, sorry, I had a bunch of Sabots kind of stuck behind me and I screwed up a little. E fleet race 2. I don't know if any of them looked upwind, but again, you got to remember to be looking upwind. It looks like everybody's on starboard in the other fleet, and so what that means is it's a little, you want to start left of middle, right where Clara Hannum is. Good job, Elle and Jack both doing tacks to get up to the line. Wow, Jack, that was port tack start, dude. In phase, just in phase. At the unfavored end, but totally in phase. Lorelei, yes. Oh, that's a good video for family right there. That's what we call grandparent video. Yeah, that's like a slam dunk. Flags are blowing from the left, and so everybody should be on starboard tack. Nice. That's how you know the flags, the leaders. Look at the leaders, and they're usually on the correct path. At regattas, you do have to rely on your coaches a little, but I'm going to be in neutral here in just a second, right next to this buoy, and that's the starting line right down here somewhere. And I'm sitting here, and I'm definitely moving. You can see the rings. You can see the rings right there bouncing off the buoy. So the current is coming straight out now from there. I'm worried about the left, hard left here, where it's deep water over here. and I want to find out where it's shallow water to the right of it. You can see it, the water is bouncing off that side and it's swirling off this side. And now look at the ship. So I'm moving it, 0.3, 0.2 knots or something, but it's still something. So what is that going to do? That's interesting. We have two different currents on the course. We have the current up here that's going towards the start line, and then we have the current way out in the channel that's going out towards the ocean. I don't think we're in that current at all. So we have to treat this as if we're in adverse current all the time. So that's going to make the upwinds longer and the downwind shorter. Here's Lorelei winning, Jack in seconds, getting shifty. Flags are showing slight left. So you'd be looking at that, then you'd be looking at the water. Yeah, she's on a header right now. Wanting everybody to stand up at a minute 30. It's coming up on 1 minute. The flags are blowing kind of straight towards the start-finish line. They're slightly to the left. So this will not be as pin favored as race 2 was. If you go back and watch race 2, the pin was favored by a lot. Fenton's angle is quite, the pin is still favored, just by not as much. Less than a minute to go. Keep the boat flat. Don't heel to windward. Heeling to windward creates drag on the windward side of the hull, which makes it harder to turn down. It's like dragging your hand in the water as you're moving forward. It's going to pull the starboard side of the boat back if you heel to windward. Fenton is quite a ways back, playing it extra cautious. Current is going left to right. No wind right here. Look at that puff. What is it going to be? It's going to be a slight lefty. Yeah, here goes Vesper. She jumped it. So Vesper should just go full speed ahead. Full speed. You got to commit to those. When you tack onto a good angle, you want to commit to it. You want to come out of it and just accelerate, even if it's
just a little bit.
Close reaching a little bit. Yeah, so the race committee just said the wind went right. She's going to come over here, get a huge righty and tack back, and I think be ahead of these guys.
Keep going.
Her sail trim looks outstanding for a Sabot. It's not hooked. You can't hook a maple Sabot at all. Here she goes. Fenton won that start. Look at her. She's almost getting them on starboard. 1 minute to go for B fleet. A fleet looks even. Neither tack looks lifted or headed. The flags look like they are left, actually. Less than a minute to go. And Lorelei, 8577. If you guys watch the A fleet, you would have seen that the pin was favored. So you want to end up to the left of middle here. And then this is going to be a light wind start. You guys should already know this, that this is a massive light spot where we are. The next puff is on the right. Here's Jack doing a good job. Oh, goodness gracious. That was a little close. Jack is really not good. Oh. It's got a rounded end. There he goes. Good. He did it. He just accelerated at 30 seconds. That's all. Everybody is on starboard downwind. You got to be on port. You got to be on port. Look at that. B-fleet's pretty good. You got to be on port right now. There we go. minute 30, if you were to stand up right now, you would see that it's going to be windy over here. So A fleet does not look very windy, but the winner of A fleet right now, oh no, the winner of B fleet right now, 9504, he has good pressure. I think we're going to be starting, yes, look at Laz, he's close hauled right there, definitely starting in the middle left. It's a very big left. 30 seconds to go. Laz is in trouble here. That is not what you want to do. Brendan, look at little Brendan. Uh-oh. That's all right. He's the youngest kid out here for sure. Now he should just jive around. Clara Stewart comes popping out of there. There you go. A little penalty turn there. Look at Sammy. Under trim, just a little. See how the boom is just a little too far out, little too much twist. Oh, big wind coming for him though. Big wind. It looks like a massive lefty. Clara Stewart is gonna take off here. She got a second the last race. Look at that. She's just such a natural. Oh, it's not a lefty. But she just knows, I feel, once the wind comes on, she knows exactly how to steer right on the wind. There is it. There it is. There it is. Wow. Going above the mark. She should be pretty. Okay, so finally now the current's been going for 2 hours. Low tide is at 6:30 p.m. It's now 2 o'clock. And I can see the tail hanging off of this buoy. I'm actually powering straight at the buoy and I'm not actually getting there. I don't know if you could notice that, but I'm actually going half a knot right now and it's taking me forever to get there. The current is right in my face, so it's going from over there, it's coming straight this way. And I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, I wish I had something to throw in the water. It's going that way. Okay, so that's gonna make the upwind legs a long, you can see the tail sticking off this buoy, but it's going all the way out here. So the current is, I'm gonna point straight into it here. Let's see here. Not yet. Okay. Now I'm going less than a half a knot right now, but you can see how long it's taking me to get there. I'm going against the current right now. It's going straight against me. Clouds have come back in, so that should make the wind go left. The current at the top of the course is going that direction, so that's going to make up there, it's going to make the upwind leg longer. If you look at the shoal marker right there and you look at the land behind it, you will see me moving. See the windows changing? Yeah, see how I'm going right to left right now? Green boat is not gonna make that. See how Fenton's holding, he knows the current, so he's holding up a little extra to keep himself away from the pin. 10389 is hanging back, just like he did last time. Now he's accelerating and pinching. Accelerate, pinch. Yeah, gets away from the green boat. He's gonna start. He's patient, there we go. Okay, he's gonna stop. Just said starboard. Flags are not showing righty.
Coaches, this will be the last race of the day.
Yay.
Last race of the day. SI spell out 7 races scheduled for the series.
Yep. What makes the shoal so hard is the current kind of changes directions. I'm actually going left to right a little right now. Vesper had a great start, but maybe didn't look upwind. and wasn't able to step up and get away from people. Maybe pointed too high after the start. Sometimes you come off the line on a huge lift, you gotta be VMG angle, you can't be any higher at all because you know the next shift is a header and you gotta get to it. There's some headers that you actually foot towards a little. If you know a big header's coming, then you'll foot towards it, but not a good idea to foot too much, almost ever. Okay, B fleet coming up. Flags again, showing kind of left. Looks like A fleet looks like a little bit of a lefty. Here comes the B fleet. The current's pushing them towards us. Shouldn't be pushing them over the line. But this is a good job. Our team's doing a good job here, staying away from the pin end. .103.96, sailing her first race in her new boat. Remember, that sound signal takes a second or more to get to us from over there. And so they might have looked over on the sound signals, but there's some boats on starboard, some on port. She would just go full speed straight ahead. I think port tack is closer to the mark, and I think she's pointed higher than Jack. So I think she's gaining all the time. Those boats are on port tack, so that means a header for her coming, I think. Oh my God, look at the flags though. Those flags are hard left. She needs to just be sticking the bow straight into the wind. Keep going, keep going. Yep, Lorelai's smart enough to keep going. She's just on a massive lift. She just waits and waits and waits and waits and waits.